furling the earphone, which
It's
Maria
good.
prefers to listen to outward instead of inward.
Yeah, it's good to be of service, Rob.
Good to have you.
And then
Welcome
there's
back.
Maria.
Let's say good morning to Maria Lawrenson as well. She is comfortably quiet at times because she prefers it that way. She doesn't like to ask a lot of questions. She just wants to come in and hang out with us.
You know that's incredibly inaccurate.
You're opening a bag of worms, Rob.
I thought it was a can.
Not a can of worms, a bag of worms. Bill's mixed metaphors.
King of the mixed metaphors.
He's the king. If I'm the queen, he's the king, for sure.
Nothing was better than when he renamed the prosecuting attorney's office the prostituting attorney's office.
Katie did not notice, did she?
Oh, she texted me immediately with a very big laughing face on that one.
Did he really say that?
She said, nice to know that I'm now being referred to as the prostituting attorney back in her day as a prosecuting attorney. But we never know what's coming out Bill's mouth next, but we always know we're going to appreciate it.
Yeah.
Amen.
But
Amen.
They never let me have a chance to forget of it either, Teresa. They're all over me, continually reminding me.
I know, Bill. That's okay.
Yeah, it is.
Someone told me a long time ago, when people make fun of you like that means they really like you.
They must really like me,
There
Teresa.
you go.
They make a lot of
love
fun.
Bill. Yeah. Teresa McCabe is here with us from WVU Medicine. Good morning, Teresa.
Good morning.
And you have with you a guest
I
who
do.
won't be a guest for long, right?
No. Jeannie Constable, our Vice President of Marketing and Communications.
Jeannie, could you move your phone another way and pull your mic a little closer to you?
Oh boy, I'm already getting in trouble.
Thank you. Yeah, you already got your first lesson. Very good. Good morning, Jeannie. Thanks for coming in.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. And are you the next director of marketing at WVU Medicine?
That is true.
She's actually the Vice President of Marketing and Communications.
Vice President of Marketing
Let's get that
and
right.
Communications.
Yes, because we have a director. Yes.
We do, yeah. She's fantastic, too. Yes, I joined the team in late April, and I've been transitioning with Teresa. It's really great to have that opportunity. A lot of times you start a job and you don't have the history or you don't, know who to ask, so it's been fantastic. And so, I've been here a few months now, just enough time to learn the ropes and start talking about it.
Are you the direct successor to Teresa's position?
That is true, yeah. So she's retiring in a few weeks, and so at that time, I'll also start supporting the foundation as well.
Well, congratulations to you and to you as well, Teresa.
Thank you. Looking forward to it.
Yes.
Rob, there are at least two, there's probably several others, but two lady giants in the community that would be hard to follow. Teresa's one, Maria's the other one.
Both are retiring.
Both are retiring.
He's
and both,
being so nice
No.
today.
I
He
know,
must
that
really
really
like
likes
us.
us.
And I only just started, Teresa. You cut me off. I had a lot of other nice words to
sorry,
say. No, but anyway, they've carved a niche for such phenomenal service to the community. Those individuals that follow them have phenomenally huge shoes to fill.
So don't be intimidated, Jeannie, is what Bill is saying. Right.
Oh, she's not. She's doing a great job.
Tell us about Jeannie Constable. How did you come to work for WVU Medicine?
All right. So I grew up outside of Philadelphia. So I'm a huge Phillies and Eagles fan. I don't know if that's a popular or unpopular opinion around these parts.
I'm from Pittsburgh, so we've got Flyers, Penguins things going on already.
Yeah. So I went to college at Shippensburg University. And my internship landed me at a television station in Hagerstown. At that time, it was NBC 25.
Right.
They've rebranded a few times.
So you knew Mark Cram over there,
I knew Mark
right?
Cram. Yeah. He was my first boss. So he hired me after that internship.
Great guy.
So right after I graduated, I started there. And that was a fantastic opportunity. I spent a couple years at that station. I moved up to Harrisburg. And while I was at the Harrisburg station, ABC 27 News, I did a lot of reporting on, back then, it was the swine flu. It was a really big deal in those years. And I made some great contacts at Summit Health. They were a hospital and health system in Franklin County, Pennsylvania. Loved doing marketing and public relations. They joined WellSpan, so my role grew as the organization did. Eventually, I came to Meritus, which was closer to home. We've always lived in the tri-state area since we got married. My husband is from the area. And I worked there. I got an opportunity, and it was a really good one, and I took it. And it made me do a lot of thinking about nonprofit community healthcare and how much I missed it. So working for a for-profit national healthcare company kind of taught me, I really like doing things where it's a little bit more engaged with the community and going to the events and seeing the faces and meeting the people who are doing the work too. And so right around that time, this position was coming open, and it just felt like the absolute right fit. And I knew from the second I met Teresa and the team and Mark O'Hearn, just the vision is so profound. I think what we're trying to do in this community is stellar. I think there's a story to be told here about how we are growing with our community, but we're maintaining the very best parts of who we've always been. We're adding services. It's just a really exciting time. So I started here, and my first day of work was amazing, and every day since then has been even better. And I love saying I get to instead of I have to. And so I get to do the most amazing work every single day. I love it.
That's great. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And Teresa, I want you to know that Bill said you will be missed.
Well, thank you.
We're hoping she doesn't go too far away.
I'm not going anywhere immediately. I mean, we still plan to stay in the area for a while and looking at some retirement opportunities, retirement home opportunity, not
Not the home.
our retirement home, our home in which we plan to spend the rest of our years south. So looking at North Carolina, but
But
keep our place at Deep Creek, and have family still in the area. So.
And you've
cool.
got plenty of volunteer things that you're still
That's
involved
true.
in that you can't extricate yourself from. A few that I
it's
would
fun
say
to-
no. You can't. Same with me.
I know. Well,
It's always interesting because people have said to me, well, what are you going to do? And I just look at them. Are you kidding? And then tick off the 5 or 6 things that I think I can maybe do better or spend some more time with.
that's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah, traveling, and then I'm going to learn to play pickleball, Maria. We have to learn to play pickleball.
Okay.
Oh, you can
well,
join as a
let's
team.
do that together.
Yes. Okay. Well, Maria's retiring in December, so
Right.
she's right behind me. But
Right. But I need to find somebody who's not, the skill level.
You don't want a Dana DeJarnette.
I do not want Dana. I have heard this, and
She's very competitive.
And you know that in some ways I'm competitive
I know,
too.
you
and
are,
so
but you'll be
to
fine with
start out, we would probably be good to start out.
Yes.
So.
Speaking of pickleball,
Yes.
do you like that segue?
I
Good
did.
segue.
We have our pickleball classic coming up. Frank Sabato Jr. MD Pickleball Classic is Saturday, the 20th of September. So actually, we are filling up, and we did it a little differently this year. We have the 2 sessions, but the first session is for newcomers to the game who aren't competitive and
First,
just
I
want
need to pick up
do it
the
just to have
racket
fun.
before I
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that.
And actually, we're going to do a little kind of prior to the beginning of the 8:30 start for the first. We're going to have a little clinic for people who want to come and learn new techniques.
Okay.
So, but then the second set at 11 a.m. is for the more savvy pickleball players who are more advanced in their playing techniques and so forth.
How many
So-
years have you done this? Because you
this
did
is
tennis
our
for a
third
while,
year.
right?
We did tennis, right? Because remember, Dr. Sabato and all of his physician colleagues at the Berkeley Medical Center played tennis,
Right.
and then we transitioned several years back when pickleball started
Yeah.
to becoming. We found that our attendance at the tennis tournament was dwindling, and
Yeah.
then people started.
Are you affiliated at all with the Rotors Pickleball?
No, that's
Okay,
a totally
totally,
separate. Yeah, our pickleball classic actually funds our Sabato scholarships that our foundation distributes annually. So, and that's for students interested in going into a medical profession, either physicians assistants, or nurse practitioners.
Did you do your annual golf tournament this year?
We did.
And
That
how
was
was
in
that?
June.
Okay.
Excellent. We netted actually $92,000, which is the most in the history of the tournament, and that put us past the $2 million mark over the 38 years that we've been holding that. So.
Is the opportunity for your pickleball tournament to garner comparable money that you have with the golf?
I don't think so. It's just a totally different type of event. we like to distribute 6 $2,000 scholarships. So our minimum net is 12,000.
Okay,
We've been
yeah.
averaging probably between 15 and 16,000. You just don't have, we have over 200 golfers. Here you're talking 32 players each set, so 64.
And golf lends itself to a larger
It
fundraising
does. It really does.
pool.
Yeah.
Well, and sponsorships, those of us who do events know that sponsorships are the key, and the reason people sponsor it is because they love your organization, but also they want to see sort of the ROI.
Sure.
And
The
when you
audience
only
that's
have
going to be there,
64 folks
absolutely.
at the event,
Not the
it's
same
not only.
exposure,
I mean,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, what do you have coming up in the fall, Teresa, besides this?
The Apple Trample 5K, which benefits our Cancer Comfort Fund and our cancer patients in the area. So that's always a great event, too. And this is part of the Mountain State Apple Harvest Festival.
So Bill and I went to visit a friend of ours who had a stroke a couple of months back. And I think we already complimented you on this once, but before you go, I want to bring it up again
Well, Jeannie needs
in front
to
of
hear
Jeannie
this.
as well.
Yeah, I'd love to hear this.
Yeah, the first and foremost, from where we had to park, it was a bit of a walk, and the shuttle came by and scooped us up. There's a big hand, a claw that comes out and gets you, just puts you right in your seat. They gave us a ride to the entrance. Once we got there, there were people who were, where do you need to go? Here's where it is. This is how you get there. Very helpful. And then when we got to the unit where we went to visit our friend, the people there were very helpful, informative as well. And our buddy received first-class care there also. And ultimately visited with him within the last week in person and saw a person who looks like they've come just about all the way back from the stroke. So
Well, that's great
just
to
a
hear.
compliment to everybody involved. It was
But
wonderful.
we have big news about the parking now. I'll let Jeannie talk about that.
Oh, yeah. We do have big news about parking and stroke. So this is the perfect conversation. So back in July, we opened up employee parking offsite at Bethel Church. And this was to alleviate the parking on the campus. And we have a shuttle system now. You experienced it as well.
Very friendly driver.
Very friendly. Did you meet Karen? She is so joyful. She used
I
to
think
be a
so.
school bus driver.
I suspect so because the lady was exceptionally friendly.
Exceptionally
Yeah.
friendly. I love when I get to ride the shuttle. It just sets the tone of the day. We sing, we talk. She always has mints and candy in the cup holders.
She
It's
does.
fantastic.
She did that. That must have been Karen because she asked us about singing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the shuttle.
But
has
she
been-
also must be deaf because she asked me to sing.
And then she asked you to get off the bus.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
But
boy.
you took the short shuttle.
Yes.
The one at Bethel, I have to say. So I take an exercise class there at 5 a.m. And that shuttle is sitting there. And it's interesting from 5 until we're there till about 6:10 or so, how that parking lot fills up
Yeah.
at that time. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
But the parking lot has gotten some relief from having the staff, but it's still full. Bonnie and I drove by it the other day, and I think there was every spot was taken.
That
So-
surprises me because it has been, every time I go to a meeting, there's been a lot of open spaces.
Yeah,
not
I've
the-
seen that too.
Not the other day. It was all full. In fact, we commented on how full it was, which brings us to the parking garage. Where are we with the garage?
So currently, there is not an actual parking garage plan. The
thought there
plan,
were.
there's
Thought there
not. There's discussion of it, and I think when we look at our master facilities plan, it's probably something that we will at some point do. What we're doing next month is breaking ground on a parking location. Do you know where Medical Office Building 3 is located?
Is that across the road?
Correct.
Yes.
Yep.
Tennessee Avenue.
So we're going to be placing, as a first phase to our bed tower project, we're creating a parking lot at that location and a pedestrian bridge that will connect the two. Primarily, our goal is that our employees will park over there and utilize the bridge, and then all of the parking on the actual campus will be dedicated to our patients and our visitors. So that's phase one for the bed tower. And the reason why we have to do it in that order is where the new tower construction is going on is right in front of the current main entrance. And so we are going to have to use some of the current parking spots for the construction. So that will be happening. We're going to break ground on that in a few weeks on the parking lot. It's not a parking garage, it's a parking lot.
How many spaces will you get with that addition, Jeannie?
I think we'll get about 300 new spaces
Wow.
over there.
So if I'm looking at the front of that facility, to the right, to the left, or where? Front, back?
To the right.
Of Medical Office Building 3, yes. If you're
Okay.
looking at it, it'll be
We
to the
still
right.
own part of that land
Okay.
that hasn't been cleared.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, so that'll be a big enhancement, I think, for the short term of the construction, but I think long term as well. And that bridge will be really nice. It'll be beautiful. And, you know, I think the shuttle parking has really alleviated. We take pictures, so we have security cameras on top of the building, and we've been taking comparison pictures, and we've been analyzing how many open spaces there are at different times in the day. And before July, it was 0. There was no open spaces. People could not get a spot. They were experiencing parking far away and having the shuttle or security bring them closer. When we've looked over the past several weeks, we've consistently seen dozens of open spaces at all times. So it's really helped transform, you know, the employees go, and they have not minded the shuttle. In fact, a lot of them compliment it because they get on the shuttle and they're dropped straight to the door where they're going. And so it's actually faster for them in the morning or right before their shift.
How long? I mean, obviously, I see it at 5 a.m. when I start. So in the evening, how late does it go?
I believe they run until about 8 o'clock in the evening every night. And then our night shift employees are encouraged to park. We have specific parking on site for them.
Sure.
So that it's a little bit safer and well lit. And of course, if they want a security officer to help them get to their car after their shifts, we always offer that option. But the shuttle is really more intended for the day shift workers, and I think it's working. Feedback is always good, though. So
Yeah, I realize the needs are great, the resources are limited. That's the mechanics of things. But at one time, the parking garage was fairly high in the priority, and I thought it had been kind of committed to, but that obviously is not the case. It was my misunderstanding, I assume.
I think that was before the new tower came into the picture.
Okay.
So
Jeannie, you mentioned you had some updates on stroke.
yeah, so I love hearing positive outcomes, and I think telling the stories of our patients is so powerful. We opened in April our interventional radiology department in Berkeley Medical Center. And so that allows us to go in and take essentially the blood clots out of the brains when these patients present with strokes. So previous to that, oftentimes we had to send them to Morgantown. And I spoke with one of our physicians about some of the challenges of that during the winter months, because sometimes the helicopters are not cleared for that flight if the weather's not good. And as we all know, driving over that mountain is not ideal. So this was creating delays in care. We've all heard, you know, the PSAs about stroke, that time is brain. And so really it's imperative that we have that care locally. So now we are offering that at Berkeley Medical Center, and it's been tremendous to see some of the outcomes of that. There was a woman who was in her early 40s that presented to our emergency department having symptoms of a stroke, and they were very immediately able to get her back, give her the care and the intervention she needed. They take a catheter, they remove the clot instantaneously, essentially. And she was discharged, I think, like 2 days later, and made a very full recovery. So these are the stories that get me so excited to help spread the word so people really understand the importance of the symptoms and signs of a stroke, and they get to us as soon as they possibly can. Because now that we have this opportunity right here in our own community, I think it's going to save lives, and I think it's going to offer quicker and more full recoveries for the patients.
One of the things that that Teresa has talked about before is, you know, the expansion of services in general, the specialists, so on. I live within direct line of the hospital, so I see the helicopter come over my house and plop down. What percentage, do you have any idea what percentage of patients that you still transport to Morgantown?
You know, I would have to look that up before I told you, because I wouldn't want to give you the wrong number. But I will say this. I believe it used to be the case that a lot of those helicopters were coming to take patients.
Right.
Now, a lot of those helicopters are bringing patients. patients. We have become a place where people are bringing them in. So
From
from
where?
other hospitals. So they're coming into us from Potomac Valley. They're coming to us from other WVU systems that may not have interventional radiology. We are able to take trauma patients from around the area now. So depending on what the situation is, we have a really clean way internally of looking at our beds and taking patients from other systems. So that's been incredible. Another service that's really exciting that I think we should take a minute to talk about is pediatric cancer. So September marks Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month, and it's really special to us this September because we are now offering pediatric cancer infusions at Berkeley Medical Center. So this is a huge win for families facing this awful disease. We identified 600 families that go to Morgantown and often multiple times a week for treatments. And so now they're going to be able to get those infusions at Berkeley Medical Center. And so, when you're dealing with this as a family, often one parent has to make a difficult decision to potentially leave work because they are not able to maintain a schedule with the traveling. Staying 2 hours from home might not be an opportunity if you have other children in school or, financially. So we're really excited to be able to alleviate those stresses and those burdens and bring this care closer to home.
Rob, recognizing the tremendous expense for medical equipment, medical staff and the like, I am amazed at the progress which we have made with WVU Medical in Berkeley County. And that has to be hats off to WVU Medical in Morgantown, hats off to Teresa and her team over the years. We've gone from kind of a bit player to a main player in a very short order. So well done.
The affiliation with WVU has been
I
a game
say that
changer.
all the time because I was here before, during, and now as I depart. And the best thing that's happened to healthcare here in the Eastern Panhandle has been WVU medicine.
And to they deserve a lot of credit as well because our growth has been at the expense of some of their growth as well. So they've made the conscious decision to redirect resources to Eastern Panhandle. So.
Is there an indoor swimming pool in our future, Teresa? Jeannie.
I've heard a lot of really great things about outcomes with swimming pools with physical and occupational therapy. So I don't know. I mean, if there is one on the horizon, I'll make sure I break that news here. How about that?
That's a deal. And if it does break sometime in the near future, you'll make a lot of people happy. And even some of those people are in this room right now.
It's been a long time
We
coming.
have all been talking about that forever.
Would it
haven't
potentially
we?
break before the end of 2025 if this hypothetical indoor swimming pool was to break?
I mean, I don't know.
Hey, give it a shot.
I don't know. I think we'll just have to see what happens. But absolutely, if I have confirmed information, I'd be happy to share it with you first.
Are there any other facilities that are currently being constructed in the county or that you're planning on?
Well, we have some things. They might not be constructed. We're moving our urgent care in Spring Mills around the November timeframe to allow for expansion of orthopedic services in that existing building.
Moving it to Spring Mills or moving it from Spring?
Within Spring Mills to
okay.
Spring Mills. It's not going far. It'll just be across from the Walmart.
Okay.
So that's going on. We are renovating behavioral health. So our Viking Way location, we're essentially doubling the square footage of our services and really putting a lot of focus. So that's going on. That'll probably occur, I think January is when that one is going to be completed. So that's been a big deal. Obviously, we have expansion planned in Jefferson as well. So we're doing a $60 million medical office building connected to the hospital there, which will bring some services. Cancer will be coming there as well. And by cancer, I mean treatment, not the disease,
Understood.
right? We want to get cancer out. So a lot of things are going on all across the Eastern Panhandle that we're really proud of.
All right. Teresa, do we see you again before the year ends?
No. Unless I'm here representing
Somebody else.
one of the other organizations that I am happy to serve on their boards. But no, I will be retiring September 26th.
Well, thank you
Yes.
for everything.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks,
Thank
Teresa.
you so much.
Jeannie, congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We break for the top of the hour. This is Talk Radio, WRNR Martinsburg, and TV 10.